Hey everyone, so I'm going to teach you how to do a 3D acrylic flower. I'm using a swatch stick. We're just going to pretend like this is your acrylic nail. Make sure you put your top coat down before you start your 3D flower. And this is because if you make a mistake and you want to wipe your petal off, it'll come right off. If you don't put the top coat down, it literally it's going to adhere to the acrylic, and it's going to be like you're going to have to file it off and start all over. So make sure you put a top coat down because we're humans and we make mistakes. Later on in the video, you're going to see I messed up 2 petals and how to take them off. So now you're going to put your diamond down. I have to put my diamond down. And these are Swarovski. I'm Team Swarovski because they're so shiny. You're going to need a 3D art brush. I got mine from Nails by Dev. They're a lot smaller than a regular acrylic brush, and they have a point, and the point is essential for making your petals perfect. Okay, so you're going to add a drop of acetone to your monomer. You have to have acetone in your monomer to make 3D flowers, or it's just not going to work. All right, so the key to making 3D flowers is you need to be patient. Now, when I put that bead down and it just releases, that's how you know you got a good bead. Sometimes, if it doesn't release like that because your liquid to powder ratio is off, do not use the bead. The petal is not going to come out the way that you want it to be. So that's also a tip too. Like if your bead doesn't release how you just saw it release in the video, and it's like stuck on your brush, do not use that bead for the acrylic flower because it's not going to work, I promise you. Also, when you pick up your bead, wait a few seconds. This took me a long time to learn about 3D flowers. You have to be patient. If you're not patient, they're going to come out like shit. See, that one, I could just tell it wasn't going to release, so I just wiped it off because I knew it wasn't a good bead. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait a few seconds. I'm like, all right, too much monomer. I'm going to soak it up with the towel. So it released perfectly. So now I know that's going to be a good petal. You're going to wait a few seconds, and then you're going to press down in the middle of it to spread out the flower to give it that petal effect. I like to push down in the middle and both sides. That way it kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It gives it that petal look. 3D acrylic flowers are not easy, but the more you practice, the better you will get. And I promise you, you'll learn them a lot faster if you're patient and you follow my thing about the bead. So if the bead doesn't release off of the brush, do not use it. So now I'm just gonna fast forward the rest of this because I'm gonna make like 6 more beads, and you already watched me make 2 beads. So before I speed it up, I'll go over it with you one more time. So you're going to put your bead down. Remember, be patient. Let it sit before you start pushing into it. If you don't let it sit for a couple of seconds, you start pushing into it, you're going to have a flat flower. And you want that 3D dimension for the petal for it to look like a flower. So remember, be patient with your 3D flowers. So I messed this one up, right? So good thing we put a top coat underneath so we can wipe it off. So I removed the petal because we're human, we make mistakes, and I just put a new one down, and basically I just finished laying down all the petals to make the finished flower. And then this is what it looks like. It looks so good. I messed up again. I must have messed up again, but can't even tell that I messed up. And this is the finished product.